Yeah. So this is live. I'm sure all of us are. Okay.
Live.
Okay. Hello. Hello, friends. Welcome to Meridean Overseas. Today we have with us a beautiful team of students, and all of these students are from University of East London and studying in London and studying different courses. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about how did they select the course which they are doing, and we'll also discuss about their life in UK and how did they prepare to go overseas, what made them choose UEL, what made them choose UK as a study destination. So welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us, and it's a pleasure to see you all. And I hope all our audience will get a lot of benefit from your experience and your expertise in your particular field. So my first question will be from Vidisha. Hi Vidisha, and my question to you is: you are doing physiotherapy, right? So
Yes.
what made you decide that you're going to do physiotherapy now, and can you discuss about that, please?
I've always wanted to work in the healthcare sector. I was always interested about, about the human body and how to treat people. And I was also interested in being a football fan myself. I would watch like football matches and wonder how these people injured themselves and how they were fixed. And I was just curious, and that's why I thought like a good mixture of both medical science and healthcare, sports sciences would be physiotherapy. And that's why I chose physiotherapy and decided on pursuing this course as a university degree. Moreover, there's loads of scope with for physiotherapy in the future, as in because with the increasing demand of sports and elderly population, there's a lot of need of physiotherapists in the world. So hence I chose my course.
Perfect. So, did you find any difficulty in terms of getting the admission in physiotherapy?
Right. So I come from Singapore. I'm an international student, and back home in my country, physiotherapy wasn't very available, very taught in the universities in Singapore, and hence I chose to come to London. London also being a hub, I chose London because it's like a very good academic platform to mingle with different cultural diversity of people. It is very inclusive, and it is just wonderful in general, really. So personally, my transition from Singapore to the UK was pretty smooth, and the tip for that would be please make friends. Just make as strong social networks as you can. UEL as a university provides loads of opportunities for doing so.
Perfect. That sounds good. And now I'll come to Imane. Imane, you are doing BA in media communication. So, can you discuss about this field of media? Because we get a lot of students asking us, sir, can I do this course? What are the career opportunities and things like that? So, I think you're the best person to talk about this.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Imane, and I'm a final year media and communication student at University of East London. I'm very happy to be here, and it's a pleasure to share all these insights with you guys. And I hope it will actually inspire you or maybe help you in your future careers. So yes, as Amar mentioned, I'm a media student. This program is not very well known as a program. It is not available in all the universities, actually, because few universities provide that, and the issue is because it is more related to media. So many other programs are more related into, for example, film or advertising, or for example to anything related to that field. So this program actually assembles all of these things. It's a program that is related to all media platforms and also film industry, TV, radio, etc. So I chose this program because I'm more into movies and TV and all these wonderful platforms. I was always curious and fascinated about how these things work, and how would you be able to just disseminate information from a platform to another just by technology. So just to know that and get to know more about this field, I've chosen this program, first of all, because it is, as I mentioned, assembles all the fields together. So if you're doing media and communication, you will have future prospects in different fields. You can either be in advertising, in marketing, in social media, in TV, radio, anything, film, anything related to that. So it's a good thing that you can keep your career broad and wider. So if you, for example, are not, you don't have a fixed idea about where to go at the beginning of your studies, this program would actually keep options for you. So you can either, for example, switch from careers. You can either start, for example, from advertising and then go directly to movies or TV or anything. That's why this program is kind of gives that opportunity of just not stay in the same career, which I actually enjoyed about that, because I feel bored sometimes of just sticking to the same thing. So this program would enable you to just like explore all around, and why not, you can just be able to jump from a career to another. So because it's communication, it will enable you to just stay in touch with all the fields together. So if, like, being a part of University of East London, I'm working also as a student ambassador, and student ambassadors would, like, you need those communication skills to be able to provide information, provide help, and also be able to communicate with different nationalities around the university. So this program, I would say, that would enable me to have those skills, to understand more about how to communicate with people, and also prepare you for the future prospects. Regarding the program, so I've chosen this program at University of East London because University of East London is ranked 4th in London for this program. And as I mentioned, it is one of the few universities to offer this. The assignments are very, very exciting in a sense that you can get to have a podcast, you can shoot a movie, you can like document any events happening at the university, or just simply communicate with people, which is a great thing to have. So yeah, that's the whole thing about the program, and I can assure that students would definitely enjoy it.
Brilliant. That sounds so good, and especially the assignment part. So
Okay. You get to have fun while doing your assignment. Also, as Vidisha mentioned, broaden your network, because when you're doing these kind of assignments, you can connect with other students from other different fields. So, for example, one of the assignments, we had to interview many different students from different kind of programs, so you can get to know them, get to know about what their studies, and also just broaden your network really to be able to enjoy your student life.
perfect, Imane. Thank you for that. So now we'll go to Ola. Ola is doing big data technology. So Ola, can you discuss about how your course is, and same, like, why should we do big data technology? The students who are looking for that course.
Thank you, Amar. My name is Ola. A student at University of East London, MSc Big Data Technologies. So basically, we all know the world we are in now is going into data. Like data sort of, predicts the future, gives you insight. Take, for example, you go on Amazon, try to buy a pencil, and then you change your mind. You just be surprised you get on Instagram and you see the same advert and you be wondering, oh, who's spying on me? And that's just basically data science. That's big data. So it takes, history of your cookies and just puts it on another platform. And that's very interesting to me to see. And it fueled the desire of me coming to study big data technologies. In fact, I did my first MSc at University of East London as well in data science, which was like a little brother to big data technologies. So big data technologies are like analyzing big data, and the University of East London has been so supportive. I remember reaching out to my lecturer in the middle of the night at 1 a.m. when I was struggling with the coursework, and I sent him a message, oh, Dr. Yang, I can't figure this out. And I was like about to go to bed. Then I got an email from my lecturer, and he was like, what do you need? And we jumped on Teams and we sorted it out. So the support, the learning, all of those things are just, beyond, anyone's imagination. Like the lecturers are always there to support you. And then the tools you need, everything you need, they're there. Like our ITC center, the computer rooms, we've got really good computers that have very good spec, especially for my course analyzing big data sets. You need a very good high performance computer, and the University of East London provides that. In fact, I ditch my laptop most of the time because I have the resources I need, so why bother? So there's that one there. And then the tools you need, the softwares you need, Python, data, everything you need is provided at the University of East London. And I know that reason why I chose UEL, because my home country, Nigeria, we have poor education there in Nigeria. So I chose to come to the UK to study. And I chose London specifically, University of East London, because it is close to one of the biggest tech hubs in the whole world, which is the Canary Wharf, that's London. And UL is just like a stone throw from Canary Wharf. Like you can basically see Canary Wharf from Docklands campus. And, that sort of inspire me like, oh yeah, I need to work in this place. And then you just come out of the library and see the buildings, the EY buildings, Barclays building, and you're like, oh yeah, I need to get a job here. So those are part of the things that like fueled my desire to study at University of East London and also big data technologies as well.
Brilliant. That's really nice, Ola. So now we'll move to Bansri. She is doing psychology. So Bansri, can you tell us about your course? Why should students seek the course in psychology, and what career perspectives he has, and obviously your experience as well, please.
Hi everyone, I'm Bansri and I'm doing a master's in psychology. But before going into psychology, I was a student of medicine. And while studying medicine, I found that this is an area which I think really needs attention and people were really going towards it. But instead of taking psychiatry, I moved towards psychology because I think that the therapeutic part plays a major role in treatment as compared to the medicinal part. So I started looking for courses in psychology, and I was pretty sure I wanted to move to London. The simple reason was because here I can meet people of many cultures at one place, which was not the case in my country. It's like culturally, they are more or less the same. So I started looking for universities in London that provide me a good course in psychology. The reason I chose the course at UEL was because it is an BPS accredited course. So people who want to work in psychology need to know that in order to work in UK, you need to have a British Psychological Society accreditation to your course. And if you don't have it, you cannot work after studying your degree. So UEL does provide that. The courses, most of the psychology courses at the university were accredited by BPS. So that was one of the major reasons I chose this course. Apart from that, the reason was that when you study psychology, you have to keep a balance between the theoretical part and the research part. And not every university focuses on the research area, but UEL does. In fact, UEL ranks first when it comes to researchers. It is UK's top-rated university when it comes to psychological research. So, of course, that's where I decided that, okay, this is where I have to go because if I am into research, if I want to go ahead in that area, I need a university that is doing quality research. It also has labs that are for child development labs, eye movement development. That's like very psychological thing. But yeah, when you study it, you need to know that there is a lab for it, that if you want to go do your research, everything is available at your university. So these things were the key reasons why I chose this course here. Apart from that, like how it has been so far, how has my course been so far? I was a little skeptical because when I started this course, it was completely online. So I was not sure that if you're studying psychology, you need to get in touch with people, you need to meet people, you need to talk to them in order to understand them. And how is it going to happen smoothly online? But the faculty has been so supportive because they used to arrange one-on-one sessions with us for, giving us experience on how you give therapy, how you deliver therapy, how you deal with cases. They actually arranged case studies for us in the time of pandemic, which was really difficult. And I don't think other universities or other places in general would be doing this. And it was kind of fun because we were getting to know each other in a different way. So far it has been good. The support has been great. As my friends have mentioned earlier, whenever you're coming on any course, like be it any course, make sure you're networking as much as you can, because apart from academics, it's always going to help you when you finish your degree, when you get out of your university, when you face the real world. The networks that you've made, they are the only thing that's going to help you, if you want to like get a job or if you want to just socialize more, just make sure you make as many contacts as you can.
Yeah.
Right, Mansri, that was very informative. Thank you so much for that. And what I have observed in our this session right now is like all the courses has its unique things about that particular course. So whenever you select a course, just don't listen to other people. Just do what you really like and what you want to do. Because I've been hearing all of you guys, and it sounds like when Vidisha talked about her course, it was just like this is the best course you should do. When it came to Imane, it was like, oh, media is amazing. Now Ola was like, oh, somebody is spying on me. So yeah, it just it's amazing how these conversations can help students. So my next question will be to all of you, and it will be same question. So we'll go back again with Vidisha. So Vidisha, when you were studying in Singapore and you came to UK, right? So how do you see your life changing, and what career perspectives do you see in future now? Like how did UK, UEL, and this transition in your life changed you, and what positives do you see out of these things?
So, coming from Singapore, I chose UEL in the first place because this university was recognized for physiotherapy in Singapore as well. So, if I ever wanted to go back, I could. And it is a worldwide recognized degree that UEL provides and recognized by many countries all over the world. So, I did decide to do physiotherapy over here. When I did travel over here, I living alone sort of gives you a kind of confidence that okay, no matter what comes on, I can do this by myself. I am able. I can cope. When you do your when you take care of your finances yourself, you find a job for yourself. Oh, one tip to look forward to would be Career Zone. If you are applying to this university, please sign up to Career Zone and have a look out for jobs because sometimes finances and handling your finances could be a little difficult, for which you might need a job. So please, Career Zone will help you guys find a job, and it is wonderful on there. I am also a student ambassador, like how Iman said. I'm working for the university. And that has also sort of helped me with my communication skills, with interacting with new people, and yes, in general, it has been a lovely transition. But also, it has some people do find it difficult and do feel homesick when you come here. And as I said, the solution for that is make friends.
So brilliant. Now we'll again move to Imane. Can you also discuss about your experience?
Sure. So, since I mentioned already, I'm coming from Morocco, and doing this degree in Morocco would be kind of not as I wanted. So basically, if I do this degree in Morocco, it would be in French, and I wanted it in English. So first thing I would say that this degree is providing me as a scope is international scope, because doing this degree in London and being a student in London would give you so many perspectives about how to be an international person instead of only a national person. Because when you come here, you meet people from different nationalities. When I say different, trust me, it's a big word, because you will see so many people from so many backgrounds you wouldn't even understand. Sometimes you will just try to understand about their cultures. You will get fascinated about, oh my god, they're coming from this country, I don't even know about much about that country. You get to know more about these people, and it gives you more perspective about, for example, I was just restricted in one area. So when I come to London, I became more kind of broader. I became wider. I can understand many people at the same time. So that's the first thing I would say, that this degree would enable you to not only work in your own country or the UK, you can find a job all around the globe in any country, because it's first of all well recognized, and as Vidisha mentioned, and second of all, it would enable you to, since it's in English, it's metropolitan, it's universal, you'll be able to quickly like click with people and interact with them. Second thing that I would say I got from this experience is get to know yourself more. So once you just decide to travel at a young age, come to another country by yourself, decide to do different things that you haven't done in your own country, that builds a self-confidence in yourself that maybe you wouldn't have in your own country. Back in Morocco, when I was just like 17, I was just maybe so introvert that I wouldn't even think of doing media. I was a science student, actually. I was maybe into engineering or maybe into medicines, but I just, the transition between science to art was kind of fascinating, because I didn't realize that I would do that by myself. So I would say that this experience would enable you to discover yourself from different traits and different aspects, because you will understand that you have so many skills that you maybe at a young age you wouldn't have understood that. So London as a city, and also the UK as a country, would enable you to discover yourself more, and also be able to provide you with so many opportunities to just get to know people, broaden your network, and also find other creative stuff to do. So as Ola mentioned, we are near to the financial hub of the UK, or maybe of London. Also, it can be also considered as a creative hub of the city, like near to Canary Wharf or Shoreditch. Wherever you go next to the university, you will find art everywhere. Different ways to speak art, different way to express art. So being an art student in this city actually would give you more insights about how to translate what you study into the real world, because you will cooperate with so many people, you will find out many creative ideas, and you will even meet different people who would enable you to give you ideas about your own career. As I mentioned, the program that I'm doing is kind of broad, so it will enable you to just like interact with different people. They can give you ideas, you can give them ideas, you can help each other. And also you will discover what you can do, like by extracurricular activities. So for example, Vidisha, for example, she is a singer, right? And when she came to the university, we could interact with each other, we could interact with other people, and she got to know how she can involve that passion in her as well with different societies at the university while meeting people. So it's not only studies, you will even discover more traits about yourself that maybe you haven't discovered yet, and you will even be able to develop them. So that's a good thing about your experience as an international student.
Brilliant. That gave us another ideas of how student life of UEL students is amazing. Like I was part of UK University. I was studying there back in 2010 till 13. So I can see that the positiveness UEL students, even staff. I was talking to Daniel other day, who is international head of UEL. The positive energy you guys have in UEL is just amazing. It's really wonderful. So now I'll move to Ola, I think. So Ola, can you
Yeah.
tell us about your experience and same thing, same as
All right.
you.
For me, coming from Africa, the giant of Africa, Nigeria, was particularly interesting for me. But then, as long as it's the giant of Africa, we see had very poor educational facilities back then. I mean, universities go on strike, and the educational sector was just a mess. So I looked up, countries where I can have my, postgraduate degree, and I saw US, Canada, the UK. I'm particularly scared about the US because anyone can shoot me anywhere, and I just don't want to go there. So UK still felt more secure to me, and I had family members, had people who could help me settle in. So it was very an interesting decision to make. Then the next thing was to look for a school in the UK, and then Europe came up. And then living in London has been very, very interesting, really. I mean, people talk about other cities, but everyone still feels like London is heaven. Like everything, you can get everything in London. You can quickly settle in London. You've got many interesting places. Like everything you're studying is in London. Like you can relate to anything in London, be it media, be it engineering, because you've got lots of constructions going on in London. Always, I mean, you're always constructing something. And also talking about the interesting parts, like you've got different restaurants from all over the world. You've got Moroccan restaurants, Nigerian restaurants. So it gives you a feel of home. Yeah, you've got people from different cultures. And the interesting thing is everyone respects every other person's culture, right? I must say, though everyone is saying something positive, but there's racism in the UK as well. And that was the first time I experienced racism in my whole life, because I've been coming from a Black community, and coming to stay in a white community just felt very different. But I've been able to, like, discipline myself, learn to, get around it and just shrug it off anytime it comes up. But I look at the positive things in London, the opportunities, the careers, the interesting people, supportive environment. Also, just like all my colleagues have said, I'm also a student ambassador, and I've been so helpful in helping bring in other applicants from my home country, down here, tell them what they need to know, help them settle in, and it's been very, very interesting so far.
Brilliant. So thank you so much for that, Ola. And
You're welcome.
so now we'll move to our next student, Bansari. So Bansari, can you tell us about your journey and your experience, please?
Of course, I did feel like a sudden transition happening after I moved here. But then I suddenly felt like, why did this not happen to me earlier? Because when I came here from India, I think more or less everybody in India who's in their early 20s, they are not used to being a student and working and even doing a side hustle. It's not a trend there. It's not a thing there. So when I moved here, I started studying. I immediately like started looking for jobs, and once that cycle started, where I was balancing everything, every single day just gives you a different kind of boost. That, okay, I did it today, and it's the dopamine rush is just a different thing when you know that at the end of the day you have balanced everything so well. You're studying, you're working, you're having your own place, you're building yourself. So for me, that was like the most beneficial thing that has happened to me in my entire life, and I'm not even exaggerating. I was a little skeptical before I moved here. I was like, will I be able to do it? It's a master's, it's so fast. I'll have to work, I'll have to earn, I'll have to financially support myself. But it just happens, things make way for you if you just start looking for opportunities. And opportunities, of course, when I came here, I just noticed that there is something for everyone, no matter how you want to work, where you want to work, what are your hours, what area of expertise do you have. There is always something for you, and you can see it from the degree options that you have in London. Like when a place offers a certain degree, that means that that place has jobs that need graduates from that degree. So there's so many degrees available. That means there are so many jobs, there are so many sectors actively, hiring people, which I did not see in my country. In fact, if I talk about my own course, India does not have a lot of active jobs in the field of psychology. Psychology itself is not a broad area right now. So the transition was lovely. I mean, I couldn't have been happier about it. Like I said, I mean, all of the students here are student ambassadors. So I would suggest that when you come to the university, get in touch with these people, get in touch with the university team. There's always options like this, where you can volunteer or you can work, which makes you, develop skills that you can use in your career after this degree. That again itself is like a very important transition. When I started as a student ambassador, I was not really good at dealing with people, dealing with their issues, how to address them. But once I just went for it just seemed like when you go for things, you develop skills which you did when you unlock potentials that you never thought you would have. So yeah, it has been really good so far. When you come here, just take the opportunities you have. Don't ever wait for the time that I'm not ready yet. I will wait for a time when I feel I'm ready and prepared enough. No, everything would go really well if you just take the leap. There are people to support you. There are opportunities. It's always going to be good if you believe in yourself and you just keep going for what comes your way.
Brilliant. That sounds so motivational, and coming from your own experience makes it more valuable to us. So thank you so much, Mansri, for that. And yes, I have been student also, and I went from India as well. So even though I came back to India, that life of what you see in UK universities, especially as you mentioned, working and studying, that life actually leads you to do big things once your career progresses. So it's just the small things, but this is the right routine which you all are on, and it's just being brilliant to speak to you guys, and keep doing what you're doing. So that's really amazing, right? So we'll stop here, and then I will hopefully arrange a couple of more sessions together, and then we'll discuss about more things in UEL and UK
That's
study.
fine.
Right? Thank you so much, and then
Thank you very much, Amar.
thank you.
Bye.
All right, bye, guys.
Thank you.